Well, Preecy, you join us live and direct from your office following this evening's 1-0 now defeat against Preston North End. What's your overall assessment on that?
Yeah, another really good workout. Really pleased with the fitness levels of the lads at this stage of pre-season. We've competed really well against two really good sides, and again we really appreciate Preston bringing a first team down here, and again we've done ourselves proud with the performance. They've got a lot out of the game as well as us, and we've got another good crowd. So a really good workout. It's really positive again, the performance. Yeah, and I think everybody's encouraged by where we are at this minute in time. But you know, we're very early into pre-season. A lot of time to go before that first game, but you know, we're looking pretty good.
In terms of personnel, obviously had Matty Henners and Warren Clark involved for the first time tonight, and then I suppose to almost have a luxury of playing an entirely different 11 again in the second half to get more minutes in the legs must be just wax lyrical in terms of positives.
Yeah, look, it's a little bit difficult for the team that's going on in the second half. Probably a little bit more disjointed because we've got a few trialists in the team, but you know, they've shown some good character in both of those games because it's difficult because they're equally as strong in both halves, especially Preston tonight. So there's a big test of character as well. And when they got the goal reasonably early in the first half, and they were opening us up a little bit, you can see a team go under and crumble a little bit, but we didn't. And you know, Matty, in fairness, didn't have a lot to do. I don't think he had anything to do in the first half that I can remember, and second half not too much. So credit, you know, that takes some doing against the quality that they've got in their team. Obviously they're a bit rusty and they're very early into their pre-season, their first game, so you know, we probably don't get them as sharp as what they could be, but I think we've got to be encouraged by the way we played in both halves.
Someone I have to mention as well, I know you're a big fan of Noel Brindle again, playing against Wigan, and then starts again against the Championship side as well. Sonny Reeves, another player who's come through that pathway and still very young. Just great to see.
Yeah, that they fit in so well as well. Noel started both games and he showed his quality and showed his discipline and understanding of what role he's got. And when you're under pressure, it's very easy to lose your concentration, but he hasn't. He's only 17 years old. He's playing against lads who are playing in the Championship and League One, and he's more than holding his own, so credit to him. And then Sonny is played in the second half, which is difficult because he's probably not getting a lot of the ball, but look, he showed glimpses when he's had an opportunity that he's got the quality to hurt teams, and you know, at that level as well. So really encouraged by all the young lads. Kia, you know, was magnificent in the Wigan game, and yeah, it's encouraging because we might, you know, we probably will need these players because we got 7 subs. They could get opportunities this year with us, and they're more than ready.
We have to ask you as well about a couple of other players who weren't involved tonight, Craig Hewitt and Jack Sampson. What can you tell us about those two?
Well, Craig, Jack and Tom probably just haven't had enough sessions to be ready to play in the games. Look, I'm not going to risk anybody who's had injuries at the back end of last season. I want to give them plenty of time. Like I say, we're early on in pre-season. The same with Tom. He's just coming a little bit later than the other lad, so again he just needs a few more sessions to be up to speed. We don't really need to risk these lads, so it's just about a bit of patience really, more than anything else. But it's encouraging that, you know, those three, you know, haven't played any minutes yet, and we're talking about the level of performance that we're putting in already.
Away from today's game, another big topic of conversation across the National League and National League North and South, of course, the fixtures. What's your overall, I suppose, first impressions of having seen the full list?
Well, really, I just look at the first game, the last game, and the Boxing Day game. We had 3 of those all away last year. This year we've done a little bit better. We've got 2 of those away. So we have to accept that. Look, you have to play everybody twice. You can't look at your fixtures and think, well, they finished 3rd and they finished 5th, 7th, whatever. It's just a totally new season. So the only thing that I looked at was just at the back end of the season. We seem to have all our away trips around February time onwards. So it's quite a tough running for us in travelling. It seemed to be more distant for us at the back end of the season. So that might have a bearing, but everybody has to play each other twice. They're pretty good for us midweeks and not too bad. So they're okay, and it's coming around quick. Once the fixtures are out, then things seem to happen really quick. So before we know it, we'll be at that first game, and another long trip for us on the first day of the season to Darlington.
And just finally, I guess from me this evening, a word of thanks and a mention to the fans. Almost 2,000 packed in again tonight, and I guess let's hope to see more of them again on Friday against Bradford City.
Yeah, 2 great crowds for us. When you're looking at pre-season crowds, we're getting bigger crowds than what we get during the season, which again is really encouraging. But you got to give credit to the Wigan fans and the Preston fans who've come. They've probably had more fans at the game than probably we have. So big thank you for both those clubs bringing their teams down here, and for their fans turning out. And I'm sure that they had really good days here and really good memories. So hopefully we've brought a few floaters from those clubs, and that on our attendances next season.